back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
This is Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton. Thanks for listening. We're speaking with JimDoyle today, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group. And today we're talking about your money, your financial future, and the benefits of having a financial planner. So, Jim, we're going to talk a little bit about your experience here because I understand you hold a number of designations designed to best serve the needs of an intimate practice of 270 client families. That's a good portfolio. So you are a certified financial planner, a chartered life underwriter, a registered trust and estate practitioner, a certified divorce financial analyst, as well as a certified international wealth manager. You're also a graduate of the UBC Sauder School of Business Family Enterprise Advisor Program. And I think it's really quite rare to see this many designations for a financial planner. So could you explain how these credentials benefit the families, individuals, and business owners that you choose to work with?
As a financial planner, after 26 years in practice, I understand that no one person can know everything. However, these designations allow me to have insight on the many issues that impact client lives. For the clients that we work with, they expect me to be able to bring issues forward and help them find solutions, even when the issues may be non-financial.
So let's talk a little bit about that first meeting you have and how you connect with your clients. I know you run a referral-based practice, and Jim, not everyone is going to be the right fit, but I like the idea that you're upfront about the opportunity to meet with people for a confidential review. This could be one of our listeners, could be a potential client, and this review will help determine whether your services might be able to offer some structure to their process going forward.
That's right. I have to admit, before some clients started working with us, they were concerned that the primary focus might be on selling them a product, not helping them reach their goals. It's part of my role to help them build that sense of comfort and trust. This is why financial education is so essential. If your primary focus is on investment selection, without taking the time to understand the role the investments play in the portfolio, you may never reach the level of financial success you're seeking.
It takes a while to gain a sense of confidence in your financial decisions. And I think what people want is to feel that they can get the straight goods and take their time to actually make an informed decision. This seems to be what you're offering.
Yeah. Joanne, when we have these periods of sizable market volatility, they really play havoc with people's investment confidence. If it's not strong to start with times like these, it can create discomfort. Without building good financial habits and investment knowledge, you might find yourself at the whim of the markets, and that's really not a great place to be.
Setting and achieving your own financial milestones can actually go a long ways towards building confidence. So with this in mind, Jim, what would you say to the stats that 1 in 5 women don't make investment decisions?
It's unfortunate, and it's why a primary focus of my practice is based around supporting and promoting financial literacy. It's crucial for both sexes to understand that investing sets the foundation for long-term financial success. I truly feel one's investment knowledge or knowledge of investing or financial planning matters can affect one's willingness to make essential decisions.
Oh, exactly. It's all about making the best of your financial situation, and clear communication is essential.
We've hosted a series of seminars around the Lower Mainland geared towards female investors and investing basics. This seminar setting offers women a chance to get together and hear what's happening in the markets these days, to get a sense of how other people are responding to their particular challenges, and to ask questions in a supportive environment. Good planning has to allow for flexibility, and sometimes it's just not about getting the best return in order to achieve success. Shifts in lifestyle, whether they come about as a result of downsizing, right-sizing, retiring, or divorce, they take planning. And it's helpful to have a planner on speed dial when the tough questions pop up.
For sure. And all of those lifestyle shifts can cause chaos. And when that happens, really all we want is for things to get back to normal, quotation marks, basically back to the way they were as quickly as possible. And I definitely agree that it helps to have someone who's been through it before that's on your side. So when you don't know what the future looks like, it can be really hard to accept change.
In my practice, I've noticed two words in the industry that are often used interchangeably: information and communication. The big difference being information is given out. Communication is getting through. Being aware of women's and men's unique realities can go a long ways to ensuring that we do exactly that.
When we talk about the biggest difference between men and women when it comes to financial planning, in your experience, what are a few areas that really stand out?
When I work with women, it's not enough to simply know them through their financial metrics, such as how much income or what assets they have. Solutions just don't matter until you get to know her family or the significant people in her life, as well as what's important to her. The second element, and it's probably one that's really important here, is to understand the level of confidence some women have in their investing and financial literacy. When asked, it's not uncommon that we hear between 3 and 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 representing the lowest level of knowledge.
Oh my gosh, and I'm holding up 3 fingers as we speak. So do you think confidence plays a significant role when we explore what drives women to invest and what affects their investment behavior?
I do. I sometimes see that in an effort to control risk, some may invest too conservatively because they're worried about investment risk, or they clearly don't understand their options. I get a sense that many women are more comfortable talking about their health than they are talking about their wealth.
I think you're safe to say that.
Confidence has a big role to play when it comes to talking about financial security.
So it's probably fair to suggest that women can approach investing with priorities distinct from men. So how can you help increase financial security?
It starts with a written financial plan. Write down your specific goals and objectives, and don't be afraid to put a bit of detail in that. Next, take a look at your income and expenses to make sure that your expenses don't exceed your income. If they do, that's where you need to start. An exercise that I often ask my clients to undertake is a 30-day expense review. Take a look at where your expenses are over a 30-day period. And I'm often surprised, and so are the clients that we work with, that they didn't have a good idea where their money was going.
So it's time to get your plan out of your head and actually on paper, black and white, right in front of you.
When it comes to your money, you want to see what's left over, because that's what you're going to use to build your savings or pay for your insurances. Another reason this is important is because things happen in people's lives, and you don't want to be working on your cash flow needs during an emergency. As part of your plan, you also want to make sure that you have an emergency fund.
I'm glad you raised that point. How much should you actually put into your emergency fund?
We generally encourage from 3 to 6 months of average monthly expenses.
Okay, there's a stereotype in the media that suggests women may be risk averse. Women are often accustomed to putting others' needs first and feel they can rely on being risk averse when it comes to investing. So how do you interpret this?
I get a sense that when people don't understand their investments and they don't understand their options, or they don't understand the real risks and how those risks then affect them, that they may be inclined to be more defensive in how they build their portfolios. Running out of money is a risk, and so is suffering a reduced standard of living for the duration of your retirement. The difficulty is getting the balance right, and this is where I can help. Most people, they don't know how long they're going to live or what their future needs might look like. And it's not just your own situation. It can involve your aging parents or that of your kids. A written financial plan can help you plan for and explore the possible outcomes.
So what does it actually mean to be more defensive when it comes to your portfolio?
That's a great question. Being more defensive, it means you could be taking on less risk in an effort to protect your investments. And that includes having a larger fixed income or interest-bearing portion of your portfolio. With interest rates so low, it's hard to get a strong return without an element of more risk.
Okay, we hear the term blue chip stocks used a lot when it comes to what's interpreted as a quality investment. Could you elaborate a little bit on what is a blue chip and the importance of holding blue chip stocks in your portfolio?
I think the first thing I want to say is that no one asset class is right for everyone. What might be an acceptable risk to one person doesn't fit for another. What is important to consider is why you invested the funds and what you expect them to do for you. Many investors like blue chip holdings because they represent quality investments, and often they have investment history and experience that people understand. Sometimes people hear the word stocks and they feel it's not for them, and I understand. A great question to ask often entails what level of risk and return a person needs to accomplish their financial goals.
I think basically we just go right back to your statement that you made about information and communication and making sure that we're educated before we make any of those decisions. So confidence in your own financial situation and knowing your options goes a long way to helping create a better outcome. You are listening to Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton. In studio today, we're speaking with Jim Doyle, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group. If you have any questions about today's show for Jim Doyle, you can simply give him a phone call. He'd love to talk to you or even set up a confidential review. His number is 604-682-5431. Still a lot more to come with Jim on the importance of engaging both partners in the planning process. Jim is going to share 5 tips for you to put into action today to help clear those lines of communication. That's all coming up next on Boomer Life on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.